Good morning, everybody. It's me, the Stitching Panda, and I hope you don't mind if my voice is like this. I got very sick last week, and I have not stopped coughing ever since. I got really high fever, and I'm still trying to recuperate. I've been drinking medicine very well, but it's just that my coughing has destroyed my voice box, so I sound like a dying, croaking frog. So I'm wearing the headphones so you guys could hear me since the mic is nearer to me than if it's there at the laptop. I decided to make this video despite my voice because things have been piling up and I have a lot of things to share with you. First things first, life in general. I'll give you an update of my life in general. First, our wedding save the dates have arrived. They've gotten their calligraphy names on the front, and we are distributing them to various people. Other than that, the wedding stuff, everything seems to be going smoothly. I've found my wedding shoe. I shared it on the Hangout. I'm sorry, I won't share it here. Too public. So yeah, got my wedding shoe finally. And then Valentine's happened. So I'm going to share with you what my panda gave me for Valentine's Day. Wait, hold on, I'm looking. We decided not to give each other gifts for Valentine's, as in no flowers, no chocolates, no gifts, since we are spending so much on the wedding and the future home with renovations and reconstruction. So we decided no Valentine's gifts. It's just have dinner. But then the panda couldn't resist and didn't want to not give me anything. So he just gave me all the purples on the DMC thread line all the purples he could find. He snuck behind my back, went to the DMC store, spoke to the staff there and said, I want all the violets, all the purples. So he got these. So I got my bouquet of threads. He actually placed it in a small shot glass. So these look like flowers going like this. It's cute. We have this. And then my folks came back from Singapore, from a vacation to Singapore and Thailand. And they went to the bookstore in Singapore that I used to go to. And my dad got me these books. First he found this. It's Stitch Craft Create. It is not cross stitch. It is about sewing and creating things from little fabrics and felt, which is okay because these would show finishes. And I think it's still a good book to have. There is, however, one cross-stitch book, one or two cross-stitch projects in here, and this is one of them. It's a Easter bookmark. So as you can see, these are actually just simple projects. Some of them are cross-stitch, some of them are not, most of them are not. They're all about sewing and crafting and creating using fabric and thread. He also got me this one, cross-stitch pattern book about India. This includes pictures, cushions, an idea for a footstool, box lids, bookmarks, cards, belt quilts, wall hangings, bags. It has the famous Taj Mahal inside, which I'm interested in, and it has the two peacocks here, which I like. But to be honest, okay, I have a lot of stash, and right now I'm still not up to digging through it and climbing all over my shelves or going to the bottom stash and checking. I have a feeling I have this because I've seen those peacocks before. I'm gonna have to go look. Of course, I didn't tell my dad that he might have gotten me a duplicate. I said thank you very well. But the two peacocks here, they're too familiar to me. I've seen them before, so I need to check and look around and see where I found them. And then the next one, my dad got me this magical cross-stitch designs. If you were a John Elliott fan, you would recognize the dragon in the front right away. And so would you recognize the unicorn at the back. And to be honest, I think I've seen this also before in another publication. I swear I have this. I've been looking at my shelf where I normally place all of my Joan Elliots, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Magical yet. I think they must have produced this in another title, maybe fantasy or something else. But I know I've seen all of these patterns before. So yeah, I didn't want to make my dad feel bad in him and tell him I have that already. So I'm gonna keep this one. And if I do find the other one that I think has everything in it the same way but different cover and everything else, I might let that one go. But this one has to stay because it came from my dad. So yeah, it has Joan Elliott's, it has Butterfly Fairies, it has stuff by Leslie Tier, it has I can't show you the pictures because they're the patterns themselves. So yeah, but a lot of them are Joan Elliott's. And yeah, some of the monthly fairies. That's why I know I've seen them before because I've seen these, the same exact ones. So I don't know. Let's see. It might be under a fantasy. I know I remember seeing this in a blue cover, but it was hardbound. And I know I had it. I just can't find out where it is. So I've been arcing my neck and like looking and seeing where it is, but I can't find it. I know I have this. Anyway, it's that. Next update. Okay. I showed you this a few videos ago that I was gonna make a monogram for my friend's wedding. It happened yesterday. The wedding happened yesterday, and I never gave this to her. Why? There was a major mistake in the chart, and I'm saying it's the chart and not me that made the mistake because I had a friend check it out. I had two other people check it out, measured the design, read the instructions, and we've all come to the conclusion that the letter J and the monogram letters was wrong. So, look at that. Does that look like it's well balanced and placed in the middle? No, right? The letter J looks like a pipsqueak compared to the letter C. It should have had the same width as the C, but right now it looks so tall and thin. So the entire charting of the monogram letters was wrong. If you're gonna ask me where I put that book, I don't know because I got so angry I must have left it somewhere in the house and not picked it up again. Because I ended up wasting a lot of my time and fabric and thread on this. It looks simple, but it's not because of the kind of linen that I used. If you could see, I really used something really small and not meant for cross stitch, but I did it this way so it'll look finer. But yeah, it came out wrong. So this is basically a rag because I can't frog this. The holes that the letters would leave behind are too big. It's useless to restitch on it, so it has become a rag, or it will become a rag. Basically, it's just here. Blah 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 blah. It's useless. Okay. Next update. A lot of you have been asking me about the NTD pillow. I haven't continued on it because I'm waiting for the spring stitch along, which is all about flowers, rebirth of the world. So I'll pick it up again during the spring stitch along and I'll continue. So far, this is the update. I have a sunflower which will have a stem going down and a couple of buds and leaves. And I plan on, wait, let's do it this way. And I plan on doing some more red flowers here. And after that, that's it. This particular pattern, I am not following a pattern as in a finished piece, but what I have been doing is I've been stitching flower by flower, putting them in places, and just patching them in as I go along. So it's been fun. I'm looking forward to picking this up again during this spring stitch along. It's just that I got distracted with all the other stitch alongs that floss tubers and the hangout people have created, and I'm enjoying joining them. So yeah, This one will be picked up again during the spring stitch along. If for that weekend I don't get to finish it, sorry, I don't know why my eyes are watering. If I don't get to finish it during the spring stitch along, I could still do this again in another stitch along. I just don't remember what theme it was, but it'll fit. Anyway, so that's my NTD pillow, just for fun. It's like a running joke. Now, a lot of you have heard that I have been doing my heaven and earth, and I've only done part of page 1. I got stuck because I've been stitching using Rainbow Gallery petite threads, which I cannot seem to find. Oh, there it is. I've been using this Rainbow Gallery petite threads. Now, I have to point out that the pattern itself called for craning, and I've heard from reliable sources craning sucks. I mean, it's not as good as this. And I've stitched on with craning. I've stitched with DMC metallic threads, and then that's why I decided to order this, because this came in recommended. Rainbow Gallery RG, right here. Rainbow Gallery petite treasure braid. And I have to admit, if you use this with Thread Heaven, like I used the DMC metallic and the craning with Thread Heaven, but if I also use this with Thread Heaven instead of stitching, excuse me, I tried muffling it. I don't know if it worked. It's easier to stitch with. It's just that it's still white, and I've told you guys before since video number 1, I hate stitching with white, and now it's white and shining, shimmering, splendid metallic. So this is my Achilles heel. Any white shade, B5200, black white, 032 Cranic, or this one, which is the PB10. I just white. I don't know why. It's the most boring color on the planet. Lack of color or all colors. So this is my update. I haven't continued with it. I don't know if you could see it. There. Just a little. Eat sweet. I finished the entire thing. I'm doing it 100 blocks at a time. Okay. And then the tree. And this area will all be white cranic again. So it's like, ugh, how many pages of white cranic or PB10 should I be doing? It's a lot. So I've slowed down on this, but it's an ongoing project. As I said, it's 13 years in the making. I have a lot of time. Now this is what has been not interesting, but what has been taking up my time. Hey, where is that? Aw, I wanted to share with you guys my finish recently. Is it here? Yes, it is. I joined the Dumb Ways to Die Stitch Along. So the different dumb ways that you could die, and we all picked up patterns. And a dumb way to die would be, don't focus on the guide, focus on the animal. It'll really be a dumb way to die, putting on roller skates on your feet. I did Ron Weasley and his roller skating spider. If you've watched Harry Potter, you know this scene where they all faced the Bogart and their worst fears, and the spell that they used was ridiculous. So basically, I started off with the spider roller skating. That's my dumb ways to die. But because of the spider, I just had to stitch in Ron Weasley and put in ridiculous. So ridiculous. If you're gonna ask me where I got the pattern, this was from a magazine. I believe it's this one. Yeah, this is the magazine, Cross Stitch Crazy. Cross Stitch Crazy, Christmas 2014, issue 196. This is where I got the spider with the roller skates, but he was colored purple and the skates were orange. I changed it to black with purple roller skates instead. And Ron Weasley is a Clouds Factory pattern, cloudsfactory.com. And the word ridiculous, well, I just stitched that on my own. I mean, I just winged it. I got lucky. No mistakes in it. Here. See? Ridiculous. Of course, you're reading it backwards, but yeah, ridiculous. So that's my finish. And right now, I am highly addicted into stitching my Gloria and Pat stitch along choice. It is, where's the book? Where is the book? I know I have the book. I had it ready. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. I took a pattern from this book. It's called Ziggy. Ziggy Book 5097. It's a Gloria and Pat adapted for Paragon, but it's still a Gloria and Pat. And I am stitching the project that has pizza in it, right there. It's Ziggy eating pizza, and it says, if the Lord had meant us to be thin, he wouldn't have created pizza. And I agree. Pizza has everything on it. I mean, it has your protein, your carbs, your dairy, you have your veggies in it. So pizza is a meal. It's not junk food. For me, it's a meal. Anyway, this is what I've gotten so far. The pizza's there, the tablecloth is there. I wasn't able to finish the pizza right away because yeah, I wasn't able to finish the pizza right away because I ran out of brown thread. So I had to buy the 3 brown threads that were missing so I could finish the crust of the pizza there. So I will be finishing this soon. It's so nice to stitch without a deadline. I mean, I'm just saying, before when I was in the other local group or with the stitch along, there's always a pressure to finish, and right now I'm just enjoying stitching on Ziggy, and I'm enjoying this. It's just fun for me to see it take shape. I loved stitching the pizza part, even though it's a lot of confetti and there is actually a lot of quarter stitches. Now, here's the plan for this one. We are now reconstructing we are constructing our new kitchen in the future home. So the Panda and I have decided that this one will be framed and placed in the kitchen along with this one. It's still Ziggy, and it says, "Man shall not live by bread alone." And it has a picture of a hamburger. If you have a sense of humor, you got that, right? Man shall not live by bread alone. Yeah, man should have the burger patty, the lettuce, the cheese, mayo, and ketchup in it. So, yeah. So there are 2 patterns or 2 frames to go up into the kitchen, along with something from this. There is another pattern I want to stitch also just for the kitchen, and you will understand why once you've seen it. It's the Lady and the Tramp, and they're eating spaghetti. So we have pizza, burger, and spaghetti. Now all I have to do is look for a pattern with chicken, fried chicken. Yum. Okay, and then what else am I supposed to update here? Oh yes. Okay, in my last video, the interview with the Panda number 3, where I took the time to actually show you guys how I tell my Panda or I ask my Panda for things I want that's stash related, I need to point out something first. Okay, when you guys heard me go, I want a Lowry and I wanted stainless steel, it's just me being cute, and I don't know the exact English term for it. In Filipino, I would say it was me naglalambing. Naglalambing is like I'm trying to sweeten him up or buttering him up, or kind of like being cariñosa. That's Spanish. Trying to be sweet and wheedle my way into getting a Lowry frame. But I want to point out, I'm not the type of girl who goes, buy me this, buy me that, can you buy me this for me? No. The Lowry frame. So the Panda and I have gotten into the habit of asking each other for permission when we want to buy something for our crazy hobbies. Like, for example, if he's about to buy a Blu-ray DVD of a movie that he likes, he tells it to me. The same way I would, uh, sorry, the same way I would tell him about the Lowry frame. He would go, hey, I'm thinking about buying the Blu-ray of Guardians of the Galaxy. He'll leave it at that, but he'll be looking at me. And I'm like, go for it, because who will benefit from his Blu-ray collection in the future? I get to watch it. So, but that's the way we've got into the habit of telling each other, basically asking permission if it's okay for us to buy the stuff that we want. Even though we're not yet married, we're not living together, and our salaries are still separate. I mean, it's not a joint account. We do it that way so that the other one feels special because we ask them for permission, or we tell them about our purchases. And that's what I was doing with Lowry. I was like, can I have Lowry, please? And he goes, maybe after the wedding budget is fixed. That's him saying it if he bought it for me. But at any time, I could buy it for me, for myself, I mean, because I do earn my own money and I don't spend on anything else. I mean, I don't buy new books. I don't, well, I do buy books. Wrong example. I don't buy new clothes. I don't buy bags. I rarely buy shoes. So I'm not the frivolous kind. I just spend on stash. So I earn a lot, and whatever I earn has gone to the wedding, the future home, and a little on stash. I've been on a stash diet, so I'm surprised how much money I've saved because I haven't been buying stuff. So I have a bit of a fund set aside, which is why the other night a Lowry went up on eBay. It went up for auction. The original price would be around £100. I won. I won the eBay auction for a Lowry frame, a corner clamp, for less than £50, around $49.90. So my Panda knew I was bidding. I told him, I asked him if it's okay for me to bid, since there is a chance I could get it at a lower price than the original, and he said go for it. Excuse me. So there, I won the Lowry frame, so yay! So I bought a for this month of February, I bought a Millennium frame, or I ordered it. I don't know when it'll arrive. Months from now, probably. I won a Lowry off eBay. I told the Panda, since I am getting the Lowry, which is just a corner clamp, I'm going to spend extra to buy the side clamp because I really want the side clamp. And I'll probably get the magnetic board thingy that will hold the magnetic board. So my eyes are watering. I don't know. So anyway, and in that video, so that's good, right? I have major cross-stitch accessories coming my way soon. Yay! Either before or after I got married, doesn't matter. So long as I get them. In video number 3, I kind of asked the Panda if it was okay for me to dive into or explore the world of hand-dyed threads. So far, there are no hand-dyed threads here in the Philippines. There's no entrepreneur who has been crafty enough to start it. So if ever I wanted it, I'd have to order from the United States, which means I would have to pay for shipping. But instead, our local DMC store finally, after 4 years of my stitching, finally got variegated threads. And oops, I have a doggy. Wait, I have a doggy. He wants to say hello. Hello, everybody. This is Pounds. Anyway, yeah. DMC finally got variegated threads into their stock, and they got 51 different colors. and I got all of them. 51 different variations of variegated threads. So this is my version of hand-dyed thread. I am happy with this one. With this, I can probably do one of those Adelaide samplers. So, yes. I actually got duplicates of the green because of this green. I have plans for this. I also got duplicates of this shade of blue because I have plans for that too. And I didn't want to run out. And according to the DMC store, they only received one box of each color, which is just 12 skeins. So when I went to the shop, there were only like 3 or 4 of the floss colors per box. So I just had to get one each before they run out. Because if they run out, I don't know if they'll get some again. And I wasn't looking forward to paying for shipping just to get fabric. So there. That's it. That's basically it. That's my entire update. I hope you enjoyed looking at all of my visual aids and hearing my story. Yeah, that's it so far. As soon as I finish this video, I'm gonna go off to get breakfast. Yes, I just woke up and I decided to make this video right away. I'm gonna go grab breakfast and I'm gonna continue stitching on my Ziggy because seriously, he's such a fun stitch. I'm enjoying this really, really a lot. No, sorry, my English teacher is rolling over. I'm really stitching this a lot. Really, I am. Much better. And I've come to the conclusion, as this is my second Gloria and Pat stitch. The first one was a soldier, onwards Christian soldier. This is my second Gloria and Pat stitch. I've come to the conclusion that I really like stitching Gloria and Pat ones. Yes, there's a lot of backstitch, but the end result and the process of stitching it, I love it. So I highly recommend you guys trying out one Gloria and Pat stitch, at least in your lifetimes. And you don't have to stick to Precious Moments. You could use Care Bears or Rainbow Bright or Strawberry Shortcake. They have a lot of old retro cartoons. I feel like I have pom-poms in my hands. Go rah rah, stitch along, rah rah, stitch along, rah rah, hand out, hand out. Of course, it doesn't sound the same because my voice sounds like this. But yeah, I'm putting these down before I play some more with them. Yay! Okay. So anyway, happy stashing everybody and happy stitching. Bye!